What's you up to now? Day 1565. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey, the business journey primarily, as I transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. 2017, I came online. I had just gotten divorced pretty recently, finalized my divorce, and still spent the next couple of years working through joint businesses and separating assets and things. But as that was shaking out and all said and done, I had a choice to make. And I decided that I was going to follow my heart and explore something that I'd always been curious about. And that was the internet and the online world and how things work in the online world. So I hopped online, and my journey began with the organization ClickFunnels. And actually, I'd been involved a little bit on the internet, tweaking and playing and curious about it, but I'd never really jumped in and done anything. So I thought, well, if I'm going to go online, I'm going to find out how. So I'm going to become a certified ClickFunnels certified partner, which was a program they had back in 2017. They actually discontinued it in 2018, 2019, somewhere in that ballpark. I think 2018, as they made their growth changes and not growth challenges, but as they decided to ramp up and grow their organization, they changed certain programs that they had and went to a different high ticket sales model for their growth, in addition to their membership site and their continuity program of the actual software as a service. They added high level training and masterminds and coaching to that program. And so they eliminated the certified partner program, and they did challenges and all kinds of things, which they continue to do today. And they become more of a learning platform and a coaching and training and teaching how to use the software platform and build your business online than just building funnels for businesses, etc. And just focusing primarily on the membership part of the software. That, and they have always done incredible events. I love their events. So that's how I started. And then I, of course, like so many others, got sucked and pulled in different directions and followed a whole lot of different rabbit holes. Tried a lot of things, did a lot of different things online. Some were super successful. Some were absolute crushing failures. And I've learned a lot along the way. So I like to document my journey. I started documenting my journey, I suppose, in 2018, 2019, somewhere there, whatever 1,500, how many? 1,565 days ago is, whenever that is. I don't remember when I first started. I suppose I could go back and look, but it's not that important. But I share and document, what am I doing? What's working? What's not? Right now, I do 2 pieces of content a day. One is for my business group, Supersize Your Business, and one is for an annual challenge. I've done an annual challenge personally and kind of documented it online for 5 years now. And I decided that this year I used a journal book that I got up at the cabin. That's how I originally started it. And I just thought of that after, it was several years ago, I was involved in a network marketing company, and my friend and I were afraid to do the stuff that they were teaching us to do, which it turns out is totally terrible marketing strategies. So there was a reason that we were resisting that. But I got us each this journal that was do one thing every day that scares you. And we did it for about a week, and then we quit. And then we did it a couple days and we quit. And we never really did the things, even though we were going to do it together, which is what happens a lot in life, right? We say we're going to do something and then it doesn't happen. So I went back and I committed to myself for the first year that I did an annual challenge. I'm going to go through this whole book. And in order to hold myself accountable, I'm scared to do video. I'm going to make myself do a video of each activity and page of this book for a year. If there's at least 365 entries here, I'm going to do it for a year. And I committed to doing it for a year and did it. And then after that, I did 4 more years of different challenges based on those journal books. Then I kind of ran out of the series that made sense for me and what I wanted to do and develop in my personal life. One was COVID year, perfect for COVID, was do one fun thing every day. And so my granddaughter was hanging out with my 4-year-old granddaughter then every day because daycare wasn't available. And then she started school in the fall when she turned 5. But she and I were hanging out. So it was fun to have a fun thing every day that we could do. And sometimes we did this stuff and sometimes it wasn't appropriate. So we didn't, but we always found fun things to do every day. So then this year I decided, instead of using one of those, since I don't really feel the energy toward any of those, the journals, one was about couples, and I'm not a couple, so I didn't want to do a couple one. And one was about, I can't remember what the other ones were about, teens or something. And I'm like, Well, that doesn't fit. So I decided I'm going to do my own thing. And in beginning, I thought, oh, I'll just wing it every day and I'll come up with something that improves us every day because as humans, because I'm a huge continuous improvement, personal development person, always been interested in those things. At least since I was a kid, I've been interested in those things. My dad would come home from 3M and he would teach us girls some of the things that he was learning in corporate America that were, business consultants coming in and teaching things like Myers-Briggs and different problem-solving decision-making tools and things, which were really powerful for us to learn as little girls, because I still use some of those things today in my life and in my businesses and in my relationships and in different areas and aspects of my life. So I decided I was going to share it along the same lines as the life framework that I use. And the life framework I use is based on 9 different things. It used to be 7. I learned it from Tony Robbins, who learned it from Jim Rohn, who learned it probably from, I don't know, whoever Jim followed. I can't remember now. You lose track as you do personal development for decades. You lose track of who you learned what from. But I do remember Tony Robbins doing physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. And I started setting up my goals that way and my objectives, and then tracking and seeing if I was on track or not. I've done that literally for decades, probably 4 decades. So why not share what I actually do and what actually works for me? So that's what I decided to do. So we did physical in January, emotional in February, because it's, Valentine's Day. And a lot of other cool things happen in February that are emotion related. March, we did mental mindset things. April, we did spiritual, because Easter and other religious things. And then this month, we're doing financial. Next month, we'll do relationships, and we'll do contribution, communication, and confidence. So confidence and communication I added during the pandemic because they were areas I kept getting questions in, and I decided I would find a coach, and got a coach and work with a coaching program for a year. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to re-up that. Probably not. But it was a great way to focus in and add and remind myself that those are key foundational areas for all the other areas and aspects of our life. So why not set goals and objectives and then make progress toward them every month, every week, every day? And so those are the 9 areas that we're covering for the first 9 months of the year. And then October, November, and December, I will surprise you when I decide what we're going to do every day. I have not mapped the daily out. I've just brainstormed on a calendar, which is here somewhere, what we're going to talk about every day. And every once in a while, I change it up. And then I'll remember, like last month, I remembered, I have to make sure we cover the lifeline every month, because I'm not sure I did it for the first couple of months. I might have missed it. I'm not sure when I added it and talked about it, but I want to make sure for each area and aspect of our life, we're talking about the 7 whys. We're talking about the lifeline. We're talking about core values. We're talking about key things that they're processes. And what I'm trying to do is embed in the challenge on a single daily basis the things that have worked for me that I've built into my life. And some of them I actually consciously have forgotten about because I built them into my automatic routines and rituals and habits that I have. And I actually have to think about them in order to unpack them to share them. So today we're talking about the SOAP framework, which is the framework I started teaching in response to the pandemic. I was doing a challenge, how to do challenges challenge. And I'm like, all right, we don't need a how to do challenges challenge. We are all being faced, all 7+ billion or 8 billion people on the planet. We are all being faced with the same root cause. And our challenge is, how are we going to respond to it? What are we going to do? What is going to be right for us? And so I came up with the SOAP framework, which is really a simple 4-step process, just like just about anything else on the planet can be broken down to a simple 4-step process of getting what we want. Change and challenges, dealing with changes and challenges to guarantee we get the best results for us is no different. It's a simple 4-step process. What's your current situation? What's your current story? What's your desired story? What do you want it to be? That creates a gap. We fill that gap by considering options, analyzing and taking action on one of those options, and then making progress. Today we talked about financial progress, which is one of my favorite areas because it's so easy to measure, right? Either we're achieving what we want or we're not, and we're adding up dollars. I almost always find some way to measure dollars when I'm doing financial challenges. For example, I love to create these little visual fundraising graphics that so many people, I think they probably still use these. I don't know. I'm not in school or organizations that use them, but I'm sure they still do, to show graphically where we at in our fundraising, where are we at in our income generating, where are we at in our goal when it comes to money and finances. So, maybe it's increased profits, reduced expenses, number of job interviews, whatever it is for whatever the person is working on in the challenge. They have to come up with a way to measure that so they know if they're making progress or not. Either you're moving toward it, that's making progress, or away from it, that's not making progress. And when we're not making progress, we want to stop and question and say, have we given what we're trying to do enough time to actually be effective and give us results? If not, maybe we need to keep doing more of that and give it more time. Other times we realize, oh my gosh, we made the wrong choice. We take the wrong action. We have to stop, regroup, go back, pick a different option, take a different action, and then see what kind of impact and results that has. So those are the two pieces of, one piece of content. And then our other piece of content for Supersize Your Business was ballpark figure. And I talked about how we use estimates, approximations for everything in every business and industry, and actually in our lives, right? If we make a budget, that's a guess about and an estimate of what we think is going to happen in our business or in our family life, in our personal life. If we decide or bid on projects, we're making an estimate or a guess. I was in real estate for lots of years and I pulled back into it now again. Everything is based on estimates. Whenever something is in the future, we're guessing what we think it's going to be. Our goals are in the future. We're estimating and guessing and giving ballpark figures in terms of how much time and energy and resources we need to put into that in order to achieve the thing we want. Same is true of our businesses. So those are our pieces of content, new challenge, new coaching, new training going on, real estate things getting pulled into, other projects. But I still like to say, if you're stuck, if you don't know what to do in any area of your business, ask. You can Voxer me at Pajamagramma. You can direct message me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, ask your question, and we will find 5 minutes where we can quickly run through it. And I guarantee that in that 5 minutes or less, we will get you to take, well, I can't make you take action, but you'll know with 100% certainty what your next step is. All right, have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow.